There is nothing more scary than corporate meddling. The Smurfs film, released in 2011, is not remembered too fondly. If you ask most people, they'll likely comment about how it was filled with pop culture references or very lowbrow humor. But did you know it wasn't always this way? Yes, Smurfs was originally going to have a much more accurate adaptation that supposedly filled in the holes of the TV series. It was not by Universal, however, but Paramount and Nickelodeon. Okay, so our story begins in 1997. This is when producer Jordan Kerner sent his first letter to the Smurfs licensing agent, expressing interest in making a film. Negotiations continued until he got greenlit in 2002, after a film he had drafted based on Charlotte's Web sold successfully. So, production began and the film was announced later in 2008. It was under the Nickelodeon banner and they dubbed it similar to Shrek meets Lord of the Rings. They planned an entire trilogy in the 3D CGI style, including things like Gargamel's backstory. The people that owned the rights to the Smurfs loved their ideas apparently, and the plot was described as adventure-packed, but still sweet and silly. So why did this incarnation of the film fall through? Merchandise negotiations. No, this is not a joke. Apparently it took 3 years to reach an agreement, and what resulted was nearly 100 pages of legal jargon. This was apparently to help the creators keep the rights and took place all the way until 2005. While these negotiations were in place, Paramount went through a complete management restructure which almost killed the project completely, as it was replaced by DreamWorks after it was acquired. The film was on the brink of ruin when in 2007 Alvin and the Chipmunks was released and had huge success. It grossed over $45 million in its first weekend, and of course this was bad news for greedy corporations. Fox, along with other companies including Warner and MGM, saw the success and began bidding for the rights to the Smurfs film. At the end of the day though, they were all beat out by Sony, whose chairman called and claimed that he had a passionate relationship with the characters, which is clearly evident when watching the film. When filming began in 2010, so many things had changed that it was an entirely different project. An all-new cast had been assembled, the storyline was more E.T. than Shrek, and they had issues deciding on how they would create the designs. One of their issues included not being able to figure out how to make up for the exaggerated limbs in the cartoons with their realistic models. In the end, after 9 years of planning and labor, we got a generic X in the real world scenario that hurts the series' reputation overall, at least in most of the public's eye. This wouldn't be the last time Alvin and the Chipmunks influenced something for the worst either. There were plans for a huge slew of live-action CG films, almost all of which never saw the light of day. Speedy Gonzales, Pepe Le Pew, Tom and Jerry, Hong Kong Phooey, Babar, and Heathcliff are some of the other ones that were announced before falling into obscurity.
What?
It's interesting to note that both Hong Kong Phooey and Marvin the Martian's 3D CG animation tests were leaked. To summarize things up with the Smurfs though, outside of some leaked animation work, no scripts or promotional material were ever released regarding Paramount's version. It seems that there's a faithful Smurfs movie finally coming soon, so maybe it's worth looking forward to that. It already looks much better compared to what came before. Hey everybody, I want to thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. And if you didn't already know, I run my own channel, The Gamer from Mars, though to be fair, I don't talk about video games much on it anymore. Anyway, if you'd be interested in looking at any of my content, I'll put some links up on the screen right now.